Mate, look, okay, I know this sounds crazy, but I definitely got it this time, okay? Do you have a couple quid to spare? Trust me, I can do it. Whoa, relax. Do I need to call somebody? Wait. Hear me out. I may or may not have a gambling problem. Just let me explain, okay? Look, my friends and I were at MCM Comic Con, just being goofs, you know, like we usually are. And at this point, we had already spent a lot more money than we planned, but apparently some of us seem to be in a more prosperous position to give wealth. And my pal Axel seems to still have money for some reason. And like we have every year, we spot the Bandai store, and they have the final boss of every MCM Comic Con, the 12 quid raffle, where you have the chance to win a really sick statue or a random ass bag of nonsense. This immediately gets me really excited because from the ashes of my dead bank account comes out the last bit of funds that I have. How this works is that you get to put money down on a set list of IPs, and depending on how good your luck is, you get the chance to win a really sick figure. Earlier, my friends and I had already come around, and we've had a look at the statues that were available. And the one that stuck out to us the most was the Ninth Angel from the Ava movie. It was magnificent, and I knew I had to have it. We get in line, and surprise, we get shafted. This is the part where any regular person would have gone, well, that was fun. Well, there's definitely other things that we could be doing with our hard-earned money that would guarantee us getting the prize that we want. Unfortunately for my pals, the addiction had already kicked in, and I was going to be at that stall sacrificing my financial stability till that figure was mine. So I get in line, as expected of a man who has not yet learned his lesson, and the ladies at the stall have locked in who they're going to use to take their failing business all the way to the moon. While in line this time, I'm trying to convince my friends to join me so that we can game the system and increase the odds that at least one of us gets the figure and then gives it to me, of course. Eventually, with my power of persuasion, I get them to join the queue. The guy in front of us turns around and takes notice of the commotion that my friends and I are causing. And he was nice, but after talking to us for a bit, he's basically gotten the full dynamics of the group and decides to fully enable all of my worst traits. He then leaves, pays for his cards, and then wins his prize. At this point, we start to notice a trend because it turns out that everyone that takes the time to encourage me for the raffle somehow ends up winning the big prize for their respective IPs. I'm not even joking when I say everyone in line noticed this, and we're ready to take advantage of this seemingly random coincidence. And honestly, in my opinion, I believe they somehow stole my luck like some sort of joy vampires. We get in line for like the fourth time, and it really helps that we were the only people going for the Ava statue. I know this because we asked everyone in line what statues they were going for, and if any of them even thought of going for the Ava statue, you were immediately very mean to them and yelled at them not to do it. And of course, because we were a large group of very threatening people, they listened. At this point, everyone in line is in on the bid. So were the staff, and it was actually really fun. I decided to let my pal Axel go first, not because I'm a nice guy, but because I was trying to thin the odds so that when I go next, I'm sure to win the prize that I want. He goes up to pay and then takes his card and moves to the side to scratch it off and figure out what he's won. I follow behind him, ready to pay for my card, expecting that this will be the one where I finally get the prize. However, before I'm able to put my card in, I hear the ringing of a very familiar bell, meaning that my friend Axel has won one of the top prizes, but we're all going for the same franchise, so what could he have won, I wonder? I look to the side, and he's won the exact statue that I wanted. There are definitely a lot of emotions that I'm processing right now. However, the lady at the checkout does know what prize that I'm going for, because at this point, like I said, we've already been talking, having laughs and all that. And I do feel kind of crazy for this one, and I'm really sorry, but she asks if I'm going to go again, and I say the biggest, most instinctual fuck you that I've ever said in my life. Luckily, we're in London and that's just how people say hi, and she definitely didn't seem too bothered about it because she laughed right in my face. So I've lost my prize, and I don't go again. My friends are trolling me, they're doing the regular friend thing. Haha, I got the prize that you wanted and you don't get to have it. And, you know, I'm fine with that, okay? It's a win-win. And then suddenly, the mad lad himself, Axel, the winner of the prize, the owner of this figure, literally says, "It was fun, it's yours." And he gives me the figure. And it turns out this was their plan for the entire time that we were doing this. They had already discussed this and had decided amongst themselves that if one of them wins the prize, they would hand it to me. And honestly, that's a really sick thing to do. I was super happy. Alright, you guys might not get what a sick gesture that was, because my friends spot me quite a bit, because they know I'm in a very goofy situation. And today, like any day at any Comic-Con, we've already spent like a shit ton of money. Like a lot of money. So when I say that we were broke. So yeah, I do really appreciate the gestures, but guys, just between you and me, if he had taken that figure home, I would have gone into his house, I would have robbed him, and I would have taken it. Blam! Outro time. Working on some new videos. They're gonna be great, I think. Who knows, we'll find out. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hopefully at some point I get to monetize this. I'm very poor. You can send drawings of Cubix to my socials so I can put them in the outro. That's pretty much it. Peace out.